Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining me today on this beautiful summer day to have a little chit chat about Manitoba women in construction, your role, a little bit about the history, and then we're going to get to know you a little bit better with some more personal questions.
Okay.
So my first question is, what were your original thoughts when you heard that a group of women were thinking about starting what is now known as Manitoba Women in Construction?
My original thoughts were, I thought, and I still think and believe this was a fantastic endeavor taken on by Jessica from Bird Construction. Having been in the industry for 17 years working with the Winnipeg Construction Association, the girls started in 2014, 6 years ago. During that whole first amount of time, I never saw a lot of women. I didn't hear a lot of support of women, and I just thought it was a great initiative of WCA to undertake with the Manitoba Women in Construction.
Awesome. So what led you to be working at Winnipeg Construction Association? Give us a little bit of background on how you ended up there.
Well, I worked with Ron Hambley, my president, back in 1994. I was working for Heritage Winnipeg downtown in the Exchange District, and Ron was running the Exchange District Business Improvement Zone at that time, and we met on the street, and he convinced me I should go over to the Exchange Biz and work for him. So I did. January 5th, 1994. He actually had his son the next day, so he wasn't even there my first week. And then Ron pursued other avenues, and I pursued other avenues after about 5 years. And then he sought me out again back in 2002. We always kept in touch, but he sought me out again, said, I got a good position for you. I want you to come work for me again. So that's kind of how I got to WCA. And I've been here ever since.
Well, that's great. So now that Manitoba Women in Construction has been going on for about 6 years, like you said, what have you seen as a benefit to the industry? You kind of have a unique perspective because you talk to so many more of the WCA members than your typical member, I would think. So you would have a little different perspective as to how MWC is maybe viewed from the industry.
Well, I think originally the industry might have been shocked. I know I didn't deal with a lot of women when I first entered the industry, and when MWC was started up, there was definitely a need. I saw a need because I speak to all the members, and I have for years and years. So it was never a negative conversation with a male member per se, but women just weren't really part of this old boys club kind of thing. So in the last 6 years, I think the mark that the Manitoba Women in Construction have made on the industry is huge. We're recognized, the MWC, right across the country. I mean, we've touched base, and I have met the most amazing women that I call my peers, my friends, and I love them all. It's been a great experience, and they are a plus to the industry. They bring a perspective, I think, in a lot of situations men don't get.
Yeah, that's probably really
Can I say that?
Absolutely, you can. So from a member perspective, if you were, I mean, that's a fantastic advertisement for Manitoba Women in Construction. But from a member, just a regular member's perspective, what do you think a benefit to joining MWC would be?
Well, from a member perspective, a lot of our members have encouraged their female employees to attend the Manitoba Women in Construction. We started out with very few members of the MWC, and we're over 600. And I think that's because WCA promotes the initiative. MWC does a great job of promotion from within, the events that we hold, the education things that we hold, and it provides a great opportunity for women to meet each other, network, support, and mentor each other. So from a member's perspective, a lot of our members are seeing things differently. You see more women, I'm finding, in the offices or on the job sites, and members are adapting what they're doing towards having female employees on job sites and in the office.
Yeah.
So I think it's positive.
It does seem to be that we see more females on job sites. It's not as sort of this difference when a female comes to a job site now. It's not this big surprise anymore, it seems.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So that's great. Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to ask you a few personal questions so people can get to know who you really are a little.
All right.
So if and when you have some spare time and you're not doing your grandmother duties, would you pick up a book or would you watch something on TV?
Well, at one time in my life, I probably would have picked up a book, but now I enjoy my downtime on TV / Netflix. That's the honest answer.
So Netflix is a streaming service. Do you have other streaming services available to you?
Yes, I have Acorn, which is Australian and English, which I love those type of shows and the accents. Okay. And I understand them all perfectly, love it. We also have Prime, Amazon Prime. So we don't actually watch TV. Mostly in the winter. We watch TV. In the summer, we do other things. But yeah, I have my favorites.
So what's your favorite series that you've watched on any of your streaming services?
Queen of the South.
Ooh, okay, sounds good. I'll have to check that one out.
It's a good one.
Okay. So do you have any other hobbies that you partake in?
Well, I like to sew and I like to craft. I'm currently building a fairy garden village for my granddaughters. Mm-hmm. So that's taken a lot of thought and planning, project management, so to speak. And go to the lake. I love the lake. So.
Okay, so when you're sitting on the dock at the lake and it's 32 degrees outside, what kind of drink will be in your hand?
Gin and tonic.
Ooh, excellent, good. And are you a morning person or a night owl?
Neither. Neither.
So
okay, I would have to be a morning person. I'm always happy in the morning, and I'm happy. I'm just friendly.
All the time. I would agree with that.
Pretty much all the time, yeah. Okay. I guess a morning person.
Okay. So what is the best thing about living in Manitoba?
Well, I love Winnipeg, and I love cottage country. So those are my big passions, and I was born and raised here, so it's part of who I am.
Nice. And I'm sort of rounding out all the interviews with the same question. So through this whole COVID situation, we've had to work at home, we've been isolated in a lot of cases. Has that situation taught you anything about yourself?
Yes. Working from home for 7 weeks. I wasn't quite sure that I could, but I did. I was probably more productive there than I am in the office. Probably shouldn't say that.
You won't tell Ron.
Yeah. No, actually, I told Ron that.
Okay.
Just discipline, right? It was a big eye opener, and you have to learn the discipline of all of the rules that they set forth for everybody here in our province / city. So I learned discipline, and I learned that I can work from home and that I can adapt to whatever I need to.
That's great. Yeah, the adaptation piece, I think some people might have struggled with it at first, but being forced to really be in that situation, I think has taught a lot of people how to adapt in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciated it. And I'm looking forward to when these interviews are released to our members and we get a little bit of feedback.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.